this award and the fact that you guys made it possible to share the film with everybody is such a gift and so relieving, and it's really encouraging for everybody.
Es muy difícil que se modifiquen las cosas, porque todos somos como parte de una cosa colectiva. Entonces, digamos que si nosotros como seres humanos empezamos a buscar más sentido que poder, entonces esas corporaciones pierden fuerza. Como todo en la vida, pues, o sea, como que sí, nos tiene que ver algo como con el pensamiento colectivo, con la conciencia colectiva.
The last 30 years I've been directing theater, so directing wasn't a very tough thing for me, but doing the whole thing, you know, makeup and the dress and the shoot and the shooting and the frame and it was a tough thing.
Just finished watching our quinceañera with my girlfriend, my sister, my niece. So we made this a family affair because we know how important quinceañeras are in general.
I feel great for our community, our girls, our culture.
Thank you to all of the filmmakers and to you, the audience, for watching their work and spreading the word.
Hi, Ana Laura. Hi, Ana Paula. Thank you so much for joining us today. And just, congratulations on such a beautiful film.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Moises Esparza. I'm the exhibitions manager for the San Diego Latino Film Festival. Welcome to this very special virtual stream where we're going to announce the not only the 10 finalists for our annual poster competition, but also announce the grand winner, which will win $1,000. I have here with me Juan Lopez, Exhibitions Associate for the festival. How are you, Juan?
I'm doing well. How about you? Thank you. It's great to see a very exciting day.
Super exciting. And I don't think we've been on a live stream since September for the festival. I don't know if you remember. So we, last year in 2020, because of the pandemic, we went completely virtual. Our festival was canceled in March. Then we launched it in September. And now we're here on the eve of our, or not necessarily the eve, but almost at the eve of our new edition. The dates are March 11th through the 21st. Juan, how has it been programming the short so far?
It's been really exciting. Every year we get hundreds and hundreds of submissions, and we get our awesome selection committee members to go through it. And there's been some great work that I've seen, and I'm excited to share titles in the coming weeks with our audiences.
So am I. I think we're going to have a really, really strong program. We are planning on having a hybrid film festival that's a mixture of virtual screenings, drive-in screenings, and, if allowed, in-person screenings at a movie theater. We'll be following regulations very closely leading up to the event, and we'll be making announcements on those formats as they become available. For everyone tuning in via Facebook and YouTube, StreamYard is a very interactive platform. So if you want to say hi or ask a question or send a great positive comment to our visiting artists that we're going to introduce shortly, type them out and we'll put them on screen. Here's a hello from a familiar individual. This is Andy Gonzalez. Hi, Andy. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Andy.
We miss seeing you in person, but thank you so much for joining us through this virtual format. Well, the reason we're here is to talk about posters. So, and to announce the winner, the finalist and the winner. Every year, we launch this international poster competition, and we ask artists from all over the world to submit their entries. And the winning design essentially becomes the face of the festival. Would you say, Juan?
Yeah, definitely. It kind of encompasses the whole festival as an image for that year, and it's always exciting to see the different works from around the world, and once we have a winner, it's cool to see how different elements are represent our festival for that year.
Absolutely, absolutely. We received over 150 entries this year. The entries were all rated by Juan, myself, Ethan, our director, and a collection of jurors, and we're so thankful for everything they did. I'm going to put their names on screen here, and we'll read them out loud. Thank you so much for helping us rate and deliberate on the finalist and winner. The jurors this year were Alexis Contreras, Adolfo Ventura, John Ball, Tom Bugzovich, Paula Alvarez, Leticia Gomez Franco, and Gary Benzel. Like I said, thank you so much for joining us through this process. There were a lot of entries to get through, but these jurors were super excited to not only rate them, but also deliberate and pick the 10 finalists and the eventual winner. Every year we give kind of a prompt for our poster artists to follow. This year we wanted them to incorporate this feeling of watching films in different formats because of the quarantine. In theaters, perhaps at a drive-in, at home, outdoors. So we're really excited to see what all the artists came up with. It was definitely a special year for entries. One final thing for everyone watching, and this is pretty important for everyone watching and listening, we are going to do a raffle at the end of the stream, so please stay tuned. Everyone who's leaving comments, with the exception of Ethan, our executive director, is eligible to enter this raffle. And at the end, all you have to do is leave a comment, I should say. We're going to put your names and maybe a proverbial hat. And then what we'll do is draw names at the end, and we're going to be giving away some very special prizes. So the grand prize is going to be a festival pass that gives you access to every screening, virtual or in person. A second place winner will win a weekend pass. That gives you access to the movies on any over 2 weekends. And then we're also going to give away another prize that's a 7-movie ticket pack. So you've come to the right place. If you like posters, if you like film, if you like hearing from artists, we have several of the finalists here and they're going to join us during the stream. It's going to be a great night. Juan, do you have anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I'm excited to see the 10 finalists and the winner.
Yeah, and then throughout the evening, I'll be dropping the comments that people are leaving in a lower third. So Juan, I'm going to send you backstage for a few moments. I'll see you a little bit later, and I'm going to introduce our executive director, Ethan Vantillo. We'll see you soon, Juan. Hi, Ethan. How are you?
Hey, guys. Welcome. Happy New Year, everybody. Congratulations, Moises and Juan, for putting together another great event and for coordinating this poster competition. It's been an exciting part of our festival for many years now. And it's so wonderful to see posters from around the world. That's what's so neat. This is coming from Asia, Latin America, Europe, you name it, across the United States. So that's kind of exciting. And I put up a couple posters behind me. I founded this San Diego Latino Film Festival in 1994. 1994, it was a student film festival. So I've seen many great posters, many great festivals happen. And there's a poster behind me from 1998 when we had the wonderful Ray Bradbury here with Edward James Olmos. We have a poster from 1999 behind me, and then a more recent poster with the Piñata. And so it's wonderful to see these over the years, having done this now for 28 years. But to say the least, this year's been the biggest challenge for us, right? 2020 was an incredible challenge. We had to postpone the festival March 12th. But more than anything, I want to say thank you to everybody who stood by us, right? And so it was a big challenge for us in terms of staff and everybody. But amazingly, you, the attendees that are watching right now, you stuck with us. You've seen some virtual films. You participated in the Virtual Film Festival. We have our digital cinema that's running virtual films. We have our education programs, the Teen Producers Project, Youth Media and Tech Camps. And so you guys have been wonderfully participating throughout the year. So first and foremost, you, the attendee, I want to say thank you very much on behalf of the Media Arts Center for all your support. And then, of course, we need to thank our sponsors and our community partners. There's a few mentioned in the promo video that you saw in the very, very beginning of the show. But it's important that our sponsors, we honor and thank you guys for supporting us, the City Commission for Arts and Culture, local corporations like SDG&E, Union Bank, Mission Federal Credit Union, media partners like Union Tribune, El Latino, Univision, Telemundo, NBC. Thank you very much for all your wonderful, amazing support. There's too many even to mention here. And then I have to say thank you to our wonderful board members on behalf of the Media Arts Center San Diego. This is a nonprofit organization, and we rely on foundation support, but also volunteers. So our board members are all volunteers that have been working tirelessly, especially during this pandemic, to make sure the organization is sustained itself and then survives for many years. And we have some exciting things happening in 2021. We have the 28th annual San Diego Latino Film Festival, March 11th to 21st, which is just incredible that we're going to do it. It's going to be a hybrid festival, as Moises mentioned. But also we have upcoming Teen Producers projects starting soon. We have Youth Media and Tech Camps in spring and summer. And then exciting news at the end of this year, in the fall, late summer, we'll be moving into a new facility in downtown San Diego where the Digital Gym Cinema will shine again and screen wonderful art house films. So please stay tuned, attend the film festival, participate, and I can't wait to see the winners as well. So it's going to be exciting. So let's get on with the show. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Ethan. As I mentioned earlier, and I'll remind everyone throughout the stream, continue leaving comments on Facebook or YouTube. We're going to do a raffle at the end of the stream, and this is going to be an opportunity for you to win passes for our upcoming film festival, March 11th through the 21st. So I say we get on with the show and start displaying some of these finalists. We have some finalists that artists are present here for, some finalists where the artists are not here. So I'm going to go through the ones where there's not an artist in attendance. I'll read their name. I'll put them on screen. Some of them were able to provide some brief biographies. So I'll read out their passage and also description of the entry. Okay, so let me see if there's any. Oh, here's an old friend from the festival. Hola Franco, how are you? He writes, Hola, me da gusto verlos, aunque sea por este medio. Hola Franco, we miss you very much. Continue commenting, continue leaving notes. Like I said, we're gonna do a raffle at the end of the stream. Okay, all right, our first finalist, virtual drum roll, please. Our first finalist is Natalie Gonzalez. I'm going to leave each entry on screen for a few moments. For those viewing, feel free to leave positive notes in the comments or in the comment section of Facebook as we go through these posters. All right, let's move on to the second finalist. It's this entry from Nika Ananasova. Like I said, I'm going to leave these entries on screen for a few moments before moving on to the next one. All right, let's go on to our next entry. And for this one, I do have some bio details that I'll read out loud after I put it on screen. So this entry is from Ronald Augustine. He was born in Kerala, India in 1996. He is a mechatronics engineer as well as a self-taught illustrator and designer. He loves illustrating on traditional and digital mediums with different techniques. Human figures are his favorite subject in art, and his creative journey is all about experimenting with different styles and consistent learning. He works with design tools to create illustrations and designs, and he's currently working as a freelance designer. He enjoys playing basketball and traveling, and he is a fan of robots and RC crawlers. A little description about this artwork. The pandemic has changed the way the festival screens films. His idea for the poster came from the new hybrid format of the 28th Annual San Diego Latino Film Festival. He really wanted to represent all the ways of screening where people can have access to the SDLFF, starting from in-person screenings like drive-ins, movie theaters, and virtual screenings. He hopes you will get the visual experience of the festival from this colorful poster design. So I'm going to leave Ronald's entry on screen for a few brief moments before moving on to the next one. Right, thank you, Ronald. The next entry is from Julia Guerin. She gave us a bio as well that I'm going to read out loud, as well as a description for the artwork. She writes, my name is Julia Guerin. She comes from a small seaside town in France. She's 21 years old. She studied fine arts for 3 years at the European Academy of Art in Brittany, and she graduated in June of 2020. She's currently doing a civic service in a documentary film association called J'ai vu un documentaire. She's in charge of the communications and looking for new audiences in this organization. In September of this year, she wishes to continue her studies with a master's degree in visual communication and or graphic design. She'd also like to study abroad. And here's a description of her artwork. The movie theater is composed of colored sofas, a few people on the sofas, and a cat, just like if you were at home or at the cinema at the same time. She likes to work with colors, patterns, repetition, and she also wanted to create something minimalist. The use of bright colors is something that should catch the eye very easily. So I'm going to leave Julia's entry on screen for a few more seconds before moving on to the next one. Thank you, Julia, so much for submitting this project. All right, let's move on to the next entry. The next entry is from Jorge Félix Rodríguez Benavides. He is from Santa Clara, Cuba, born in 1987, graduated from Instituto Superior de Diseño in 2011. He is a graphic designer, visual artist, and printer based in Valencia. He is the author of the book Cuba Gráfica, Histoire de l'affiche cubain, that was published in Paris, France in 2013. His works have been shown in exhibitions around the world, such as the International Poster Biennale Lublin in Poland, the Francisco Montecón Poster Biennale in Spain, Egmont Bergman's 100 Years in Havana, Cuba, among others. His poster, Titón 90 Aniversario, won the first prize in the context dedicated to Tomás Gutiérrez Alea during the 40th Havana Film Festival. Since 2018, he is in charge of the main image of Viñados International Short Film Festival in Valencia, Spain. I'm going to leave Jorge's entry on screen for a few more moments before moving on to the next one. And for the next entry, we're going to move to our special guests who are here to discuss their work. So what I'll do is I'll put their entry on screen, and then I'll welcome them to the stream. All right. So this next entry is from Emily Ruiz. All right, let's add Emily to the stream. Hi, Emily, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Really well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and thank you so much for submitting your project.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Tell everyone who's watching where you are from.
Okay, so I was born in Mexicali, Baja California, and right now I'm currently living in San Marcos, California.
So you're a local artist, I should say?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so what's amazing about this poster competition is we had a lot of participation from local artists, which made me really excited. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the poster you submitted? I'll throw it back on screen. You and I can talk in the background while I leave it up. So maybe talk a little bit about your inspiration points.
All right, well, so going with the whole theme of not really necessarily being able to be at the festival, I wanted to show how these two people came together to watch the Latino Film Festival, and they're having fun from the safety of their car at a drive-in theater, and how it's important to keep people safe so you can come together. And in order to make as many Latinos as I could feel included and represented in the poster, I wanted to include some flags of Latin American countries. And to represent Latino films, I also included a little Cantinflas on the dashboard.
It's a beautiful poster. Where do you typically draw your inspiration for your other artwork, though? Like, what's your artistic process like?
Well, usually I'll look at something from real life and base my art off of something that inspires me from that. Usually that's how that goes.
Very cool. And we have a comment from Elisa Puspos Manzano. She says she loves the flags on the car.
Thank you, Elisa.
Details. And then Ethan, who we spoke with earlier, he loves the Cantinflas in the image. Congrats.
Thank
and
you.
Then Andy has another comment here. Very good, Emily.
Thank you.
Something that I found really fascinating about the poster was the typography. So can you talk a little bit about how you landed on this typography that we see on the screen? I just think it's so eye-catching.
Right. Well, it's all hand drawn. So, and I really wanted to have the colors stand out, but I didn't want it to be too overwhelming. So I tried to do a limited color palette.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If people want to follow you, or I guess, like, where can we see more of your artwork?
Well, I don't really have a place for any of that right now, but I I do have my email, which you can contact me at if you're interested in any of my my work. It is theemilyr@gmail.com, and it's no spaces. So yeah, that's where you can find me. I really don't have a website or anything right now.
Well, as soon as you're on, once you have a website or you're posting them on Instagram, share them with the San Diego Latino Film Festival, and we'll promote your page for you. We want to advocate the work of not only you, but every other local artist working in the area. Emily, do you have anything else to add before I move on to the next entry?
Not really, just thank you for having me, and for including me in the finalists. It's really an honor.
No, thank you for submitting such a beautiful poster. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you. Bye.
Once again, this is Emily Arisa's entry to the San Diego Latino Film Festival poster competition. She is one of 10 finalists. All right, let's move on to our next entry. I'll put it on screen before introducing our next artist to the stream. Here is Cesar A. Reyes's entry. I'm going to leave it on screen for a few moments before adding Cesar to the stream. All right, let's add Cesar A. Reyes to the stream. Hi, Cesar, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Moises?
Good. It's so nice to see you. How's life been?
Nice seeing you. It's been funny. It's been weird.
Cesar is another one of our local artists, and he is extremely, extremely talented. A friend of the festival for many, many years. And I'm so excited that every year we get to see another beautiful artwork from you. I'm going to put it on screen, Cesar, and maybe you can talk to me a little bit about your inspiration, the design, etc. So let me add your entry to the stream.
Yeah. So my inspiration for this year, I know the guidelines were about showcasing the different ways that people are going to be able to enjoy the festival this year. And for some reason, the Alebrije creatures came to mind, this hybrid of different animals creating this mythical creature kind of just resounded with me. And I wanted to create a mythical creature that involved the projector for the film, but also each icon that's in the markings of the Alebrije are actual representations of the different ways that people are going to be able to enjoy the festival. So there's little cards, and then there's people sitting in a movie theater, and then there's people also sitting on a couch with social distancing involved. And so I just wanted to kind of give that much that create the Alebrije with the different elements and icons of what people can expect this year from the festival.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Cesar, for that explanation. What's striking about your piece, beyond the obvious Alebrije, which is kind of displayed so beautifully, is kind of the juxtaposition between the background color and the actual Alebrije itself. I'm not an artist at all, a visual artist, so I something that's always fascinating to me is how artists come up with kind of like their background color so that their front, like the focal piece, stands out. Can you maybe talk to me a little bit about this process or your train of thought?
At least for this poster, I wanted it to be colorful. We are coming from a year that was very kind of dark in so many different ways, with the pandemic, but also the political atmosphere in our country. So I just wanted to make it bright and loud. And Latino people were bright and loud. So I wanted all of that to be represented in this poster. And I also wanted it to be in this kind of magenta, purples, very bright, colorful hues.
Awesome. So we're getting some comments that I'm going to put on screen. Angela Alvarado says, this one is my fave. Andy says, very cool. Ana Laura says, I really like this one. Good job, Cesar. Araceli says, love the image. Franco says, very strong and beautiful, very Latino. And then Andy again saying, colorful and cultural, very nice. Oh, we have one from YouTube. Incredible. Thank you, Brittany, for that comment. Cesar, do you have anything else to add before we move on to our next entry?
No, just thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for always just giving all of the artists the opportunity to create something special for the festival each year.
Thank you so much, Cesar. I'm going to put your entry back on before we move on to the next one. Let me put it on screen. Cesar, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Once again, this is Cesar A. Reyes's entry to the San Diego Latino Film Festival's poster competition this year. I'm going to leave it on screen for a few moments before moving on to the next one. As I've been saying throughout the stream, if you leave a comment, we're going to add your name to a raffle at the end. So continue commenting on the entries that you see. So you're also able to submit questions if you like when you see one of the artists on screen. So keep it going with the comments. Let's move on to the next entry that I'll put on screen now. And I'll introduce the artist after a few minutes. Moments. This new entry is from Dongwook Lee. Like I said, I'll leave it on screen for a few minutes before welcoming the artist to the stream. All right, let me introduce the artist Dongwook Lee to the stream so they can tell us a little bit about his artwork. Hi, Dongwook, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Good, good. Tell everyone where you're connecting from.
So I'm located in LA, but I'm originally from Seoul, South Korea. I've been living here in the States about 5 years now. Yeah, and I studied fashion before in Korea, but I stayed on here and continue my education in graphic design here. And I'm just working freelance.
That's awesome. I'm going to put your entry back on screen in a few moments. Walk us through your inspiration, what we see on screen. It's just so beautifully rendered with detail. So yeah, walk us through it. Tell us what inspired you, and then we'll put on screen any comments that are left by the viewers. Yeah. So tell us about your inspiration points.
Yeah, so my inspiration was coming from a lot of different places, but I was searching the images, and I've always been a huge fan of Diego Rivera's, and one of his murals in Mexico City really inspired me. It's the original image is called El Mundo de Hoy de Mañana, the world of today and tomorrow. And it's part of the mural of the history of Mexico. And what I love about was that the powerful images of communities working together, and I wanted to reflect that into different type of communities consuming films and excitement. And I just wanted to give fun images, but they're socially distanced, but I wanted to try to express how they're connected through the cinema.
I think it's just such a beautiful artwork. I think every little kind of hub can be looked at for quite some time and examined. I guess does this speak to your broader work as a graphic designer? Is this emblematic of representative? I mean, of the type of work that you do?
Yeah, I do different work, but in illustration sector, this is probably represents my style, and I like to work in a very fun and interesting way of take of real life. And I love working with the fun colors.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my style.
It's super vivid and so exciting to look at. And then the typography is something that is this a typography that you use often, or did you develop it for this poster specifically?
This is a new type I found out, and I didn't want to go with the too much of a simple, but also I wanted to convey that some of the structural face of on the typeface, so I chose this one.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm going to bring you back on the stream here. And I'm going to throw some comments on screen here. One of them related to your inspiration. Angela Alvarado says, great concept, and I love that you were inspired by Diego Rivera's work. As a graphic designer, is seeking out the work of someone like Diego kind of part of the process for every one of your posters or art pieces?
His work has always been a huge influence for me. For some reason, his other paintings and just reflect how he expresses people, is all the shapes and colors, everything is very inspiring to me. So I think it has always been part of my inspiration for most of my work.
That's awesome. And Ethan, who we saw earlier, says, congrats, Don Wookly. And I want to say congratulations also, because this is a really, really beautiful poster. Thank you so much for submitting it. Do you have anything else to share before I move on to the next finalist?
No, I just want to say really thank you. Now I'm seeing all the wonderful artists' work, and I feel so honored to be selected as finalist. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. I'm going to throw your entry on screen for a few more moments before we move on to the next one. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be moving on to the next entry just momentarily. This next entry is by Nandeye Garcia Villegas, who is also going to be joining us in a few moments. I'm going to leave the image on screen for a few moments so viewers can see it. And I'm actually, let's remove that banner so that everyone can see the lower part of the poster. So I'll leave it on screen for a few moments before inviting the artist. All right, let's welcome Nandeye to our stream. Hola Nandeye, hi Nandeye, how are you? ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, muchas gracias.
Nandeye and I, we're gonna talk mostly in Spanish, but if anyone needs any translations, just leave it in the comments and I'll try to translate, but I'll speak mostly in Spanish just to keep the flow of the conversation going. Bueno, Nandeye, cuéntanos de tu póster y de tu punto de inspiración. Aquí lo tengo otra vez en la pantalla. Cuéntanos un poco de la inspiración.
Bueno, lo primero es agradecer el espacio y saludos a todos. Bueno, en general mi trabajo está inspirado, pues, por medio de muchos símbolos culturales, ¿no? Específicamente mexicanos, pero también me inspiran como otras culturas latinoamericanas en general en mi trabajo. Y esto tiene que ver pues con simbolismos y con colores y con estilos también, incluso tipografías, en fin, ¿no? La inspiración generalmente viene de las culturas ancestrales mexicanas. Soy amante de la cultura huijárica, huichola. En este caso no la representé, pero en casi todo mi trabajo está representado. Y bueno, específicamente en esto quise representar como una festividad latina en donde, bueno, se representa la naturaleza, también como un simbolismo latinoamericano, también el color, que es pues prácticamente la fuerza de mi trabajo, radica en que amo el color y me gusta mucho como disfrutarlo y explotarlo y experimentarlo. Y también la música, ¿no? Que tiene mucho que ver con todas las culturas latinoamericanas. Y también dentro de la inspiración de este cartel viene el tema de, bueno, poder ver el festival o consumir arte desde nuestras casas ahora con la crisis pues de la pandemia que vivimos todos. Entonces, bueno, esto es un poco lo que les puedo contar.
Pues sí, me parece bastante fascinante el póster y la interpretación de cómo ver el cine desde casa. Me encanta que uno de los personajes tiene la casa como en sus manos, por donde dice SAN. Ese me fascinó. ¿Cuál es hay motivo o, bueno, yo como espectador estoy haciendo conexiones, pero hay motivo detrás de dónde pusiste las casitas o nada más es diseño? Bueno, me gustaría que explicaras poquito.
Sí, bueno, creo que justo simbólicamente las casas representan pues actualmente una infinidad de emociones, puesto que todos estamos, bueno, dentro de nuestras casas y las emociones que hay dentro de las mismas son como infinitamente explorables. Entonces, sí, las casas están estratégicamente colocadas. La casa central, bueno, que es como el punto de partida de la composición, el espectador va directamente por color y por posición directamente al elemento principal que es la casa, ¿no? Que es el centro, y debajo de la casa viene justo esta rueda, que es pues la rueda que compone a la cámara de cine. Entonces, bueno, creo que es también una metáfora de composición y de simbolismo, en donde lo principal ahora es visualizarnos como humanidad dentro de estos espacios que son nuestros, que además ahora más que nunca los estamos habitando, y a partir de ellos pues también poder experimentar cosas increíbles en las pantallas y también en la convivencia personal con nuestra familia. Y creo que es fundamental que estén exactamente en esa posición y con esos colores, porque es como una narrativa y una forma de leer el cartel como muy estratégicamente hablando.
Pues mil gracias por la explicación. Están llegando unos comentarios. Los pongo aquí en la pantalla. Araceli dice, wow, fascinaron los colores, el diseño gráfico estupendo.
Gracias.
Vanessa dice, me encanta. Araceli también dice, love this one, lo quiere mucho.
Thank you.
Vamos a ver. Hay una pregunta de Ana Laura.
Sí.
Pregunta si es un perico.
No, es un pájaro. Creo que dentro de mi trabajo, eventualmente, pues, podrán acceder a mi Instagram si a alguien le interesa ver un poquito más de mi trabajo, pero en general me gusta mucho representar a los animales como de una manera muy simbólica, específicamente a los pájaros, ¿no? Los pájaros para mí representan libertad y los represento siempre pues en composiciones que tienen que ver metafóricamente con la búsqueda de esta libertad. Y creo que el cine es uno de los mayores representantes de esto, porque bueno, creo que es una forma de expresión que justo genera como dinámicas de conciencia y de búsqueda de libertad de expresión, y además dentro de este contexto pandémico en el que estamos todos inmersos, la libertad creo que es un punto, pues un concepto que ahora más que nunca estamos tratando de vivirlo de distintas maneras, y bueno, es un pájaro que representa la libertad.
Pues muy gracias. Y la gente está preguntando por tu Instagram y aquí lo coloqué. Es como tu nombre.
Exacto. Es
Nandeyea.
@Nandeyea.
Sí, lo puse aquí en los comentarios porque me lo habías mandado anteriormente. Pues mil gracias por estar con nosotros. Voy a seguir con el siguiente finalista. Y bueno, seguimos. Mil gracias, ¿ok?
Al contrario, gracias a ustedes.
O voy a poner el póster por un momento antes de seguir al otro. Ok, un segundito.
Sí, muchas gracias.
Okay, now we'll be moving on to our next finalist. Let me put him on screen, or his artwork on screen. This is from Cesar Vasquez, and he is also in the stream, and he'll be joining us momentarily. We're going to leave the poster on screen for a few moments. I'd like to take the time to thank everyone who's been commenting and asking questions. Like I mentioned earlier, if you leave a comment, we're going to put your name in a raffle hat or a raffle bin, and then we are going to announce a winner of some very awesome prizes, all related to the festival. You can win a festival pass, a weekend pass, or a 7-movie ticket pass. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce the artist of this work, Cesar Vasquez, to the stream in just a moment. Cesar, hi, how are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing amazing seeing all these posters, including yours. Thank you so much for submitting. I'm going to put it on screen again. Do you want to maybe talk to me a little bit about your inspiration points, the design? My personal interpretation of seeing this made me feel very, very nostalgic. But I'll let you, as the artist, do the talking, and then we'll bring you back on screen to see if there's any comments or questions. So let me put it on screen. Yeah, tell us a little bit about your submission.
Yeah, well, yes, it has to be with nostalgia. And well, this idea came last year when the pandemic began. So I was just looking through my stuff and I found all VHS, DVDs, and those were movies that my parents bought me when I was a kid. So those movies were the ones that made me love cinema. And also I found many home videos. And then I started to think about my roots, so the pre-Hispanic heritage. And I try to combine these two things together to represent what cinema means to me. And also VHS, DVDs, and now like Blu-rays are ways that are safe to watch movies at home. So that's how I thought about this idea.
Well, it's beyond stunning, and it's maybe in the scale of that pyramid that you've created, where the DVDs and the VHS tapes go in. Fairly fascinated by the placement of the cassette tapes that are kind of stacked on top of each other, kind of at the forefront. Can you maybe talk a little bit about that placement, which I found pretty fascinating when evaluating this?
Yes, well, those are mini DVDs. So I also found these mini DVDs because, well, I study art, so I made a few documentaries when I was in school. So I look at these mini DVDs and I saw that they look like it's a face, no, the eyes and the mouth. So I just try to make this sculpture that kind of reminds of a pre-Hispanic monolith.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Would you consider yourself to be like a minimalist, or what would you describe your design aesthetic to be?
I think a minimalist, but I don't know. In this image, you can see that there's like many details in the
Yeah,
environment, and I just try to combine my taste for minimal things, but sometimes I try to add more details and also repetition, as you can see in my designs.
Well, let me bring you back on screen. We have a few comments that I can share with you. Let's see. Andy Gonzalez says that he likes the pyramid idea. Carla Bass Connor says, very cool concept. Another comment about the concept is from Rosa Vasquez, strong concept. And then Franco Guillen says, I love the history and the culture in this poster, from Franco. Do you have anything else that you want to say about your entry, your poster?
Well, I know. I think I said it all, or at least what I have in my mind. So I just want to say thanks, and also I'm honored to be part of these finalists because I've seen the posters are amazing. There are a lot of great artists, so I'm honored and thanks for this opportunity.
I guess just one more question for me is yellow a color that's prevalent in your work mostly, or is yellow something that maybe you just chose for this particular piece?
Yes, I chose the color for this piece because in my work as a graphic designer, I'm working with many different colors. But mostly what I do is drawing, and my drawings are more black and white. But in my posters, I'm now exploring different colors.
Excellent. Well, Cesar, thank you so much for joining us and for your feedback. I'm going to move you to our backstage area, but I'll put up the entry once again for our audience to take a look at for a little bit longer. Cesar is the final entry that we'll be showing. Those were 10. So let me put his back on, and then I'll say a few words before announcing the winner. Thank you, Cesar, once again. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and for leaving your wonderful comments. Those are the 10 finalists of this year's poster contest for the San Diego Latino Film Festival. Before we announce the winner, I want to thank our jurors once again. I'm going to put their names on screen. I'll read them aloud. Thank you so much for going through this journey with us of rating, of doing, we had a meeting where we kind of talked back and forth about the finalists and the ultimate winner, and they were so impressed by the quality of design that we saw. I've been seeing a lot of comments asking about where people can see more of the artist's work. So in the description of this Facebook video and YouTube video, What I'll do tomorrow is I'll request that information from all of our finalists, and I'll number their information, and then I'll add their Instagram and or email if they provide it, of course, and any other, I guess, place where you can see their works and follow them. I said I would throw the jurors on screen. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me put them on, and then I will move on with announcing the winner. So once again, a huge thank you to our jurors: Alexis Contreras, Adolfo Ventura, John Ball, Tom Bugzovich, Paula Alvarez, Leticia Gomez Franco, and Gary Benzel. These jurors are designers, marketers, professors. I mean, they work in different fields related to architects and related to design. So Ethan, Juan, and I were so pleased to have their support through this process. Let me bring myself back on screen. Very excited about this moment. I should say that if you've been tuning in and you've been commenting, good on you, because we are going to enter you into a raffle that will play after we announce the winner. I should say I was hoping for another special guest to tune in, David Favela from Border X, who is gracious enough to provide us gallery space at his brewery. And what we're going to do starting on February 1st is display these finalists on one of their gallery walls. So if you love Border X, if you want to see these artists up close, their projects up close, stop by Border X starting on February 1st, and we'll have these hung up on one of their gallery walls. Thank you, David, and thank you, Border X, for providing us a space to do that. I know it's challenging to be in public spaces during this pandemic, but if you want to stop by and look at these pieces, we encourage you to do so. Okay, what I'm going to do before, I guess, to create some excitement, I'm going to kind of toggle through the finalists. Once again, you'll see them on screen. And then I will play a video announcing the winner. Okay, let me cue these up. Okay, once again, from the top, we have this entry from Natalie Gonzalez. This entry from Nika Ananasova. This entry from Ronald Augustine. All right. This entry from Julia Guerin. All right, let's move on to the next one. This entry from Jorge Félix Rodríguez Benavides. All right. This entry from Emily Ruiz, who was on screen with us earlier today. Okay, let's move on to the next entry. This entry from Cesar A. Reyes. Cesar was also with us at the beginning of our stream. I just want to thank all of our artists for making the time to join us today. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. This is the entry from Dongwook Lee. Dongwook also joined us earlier today to provide context over this stunning poster design that he submitted. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This is from Nandeye Garcia Villegas. Nandeye was also part of our stream earlier today. All right, and now for our final finalist, we have Cesar Vasquez, who also joined us during the stream. Okay, so what you'll see next is a video announcing the winner. There's no lead up. You'll see the winner right on screen. So let me put it on screen now. Huge congratulations to all of our finalists. There were over 150 entries that were submitted, and we deliberated on who won for quite a while. Everyone is really, I know it's kind of cheesy, but everyone really is a winner. And we're just so happy that we had the quality of work and that so many individuals submitted. And to the finalists here today, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Okay, without further ado, let's announce the winner. Okay, let's welcome our winner back to the stream. Nandeye, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, muy contenta. Muchas gracias.
Felicidades.
Muchísimas gracias.
Te recuerdo que eres la ganadora de $1,000. You are the winner of $1,000 for winning this year's poster competition. We have some comments coming in. I'm going to put them on screen. Danny says the chef's okay, I think.
Thank you, Danny.
Henrique says it was his favorite.
Thank you.
Araceli says she loves it. Another great comment from Vanessa Lopez. Andy Gonzalez, says great choice. I'm just going to toggle through everyone so everyone sees their comment on screen. Ethan says felicidades.
Gracias.
Araceli, I think she says that she guessed right. So she knew this was the winner. Angela says felicidades. Thank you all for writing your comments. This is great. Vanessa Lopez again, felicidades. Okay, I started, so I'm going to finish it. Araceli Nunez, congratulations. We're going to get through these all. Congrats from Carla Vaz Connor. Ana Maria de la Torre says it was her favorite.
Thank you so much.
Rosa Vasquez, wonderful choice. We have another someone else who knew this was the winner, Andy Gonzalez, as he called it. Muchas felicidades from Brittany Duran.
Thank you.
And this is Alan Manzano says, congrats, can I get a copy? So we're going to be printing out a catalog representing all the festival's programming. This winning entry is going to be essentially the face of the festival. It'll be on printed materials, wet materials, all of our elements of the design will be part of our layout and the website and beyond. So we will have some sort of physical component to hand out to our supporters. A lot more congratulations are coming in. Franco Guillen says, fabulous, está hermoso, felicidades.
Thank you so much.
Ana says felicidades as well. Let's see, Danny Sol says, enhorabuena.
Gracias.
Francisco Mata says, congratulations. Nandeye.
Thank you.
Another felicidades.
Gracias.
Someone says, great job, judges. Yes, thank you again to our jurors and judges who went through this process with us and reviewed all the entries and provided such thoughtful and meaningful insight to the selection process. Okay. Chela Ram Jones says, show it again. I'm going to do that right now, and then we're going to do the raffle. Do you want to say a few words? ¿Quieres decir unas palabras antes de proceder?
Yeah, for sure. Bueno, pues agradecer a todo el equipo del festival. Es para mí un honor por segunda vez estar como la imagen del festival. En el 2017 también gané el concurso. La verdad es que no me esperaba que fuera una segunda vez, así que pues compartirles que yo disfruto muchísimo hacer estos diseños, me siento muy identificada, me gusta mucho el cine, me gusta mucho el diseño y entonces hacer una conjunción de las cosas que más me gustan para mí es realmente un gusto, un placer y bueno, sobre todo también siendo latina, me siento muy cercana a todo lo que representa el festival y nada, un abrazo a todos y muchísimas gracias.
Gracias a ti. Y mira, otra preguntita que te mandan. ¿De qué parte de México eres?
De la Ciudad de México.
Pues mil gracias de nuevo. Estaremos en contacto. Felicidades. Y bueno, un abrazo de parte de todo el festival.
Muchísimas gracias. Abrazos a todos y saludos.
Hasta luego. Buenas noches.
Hasta luego.
So we're going to put the winning entry on screen shortly, but we have some business to get to. Everyone who's been commenting such amazing things is eligible for our raffle, which we will do in just a minute. I just want to remind everyone of a few things regarding the festival, some important dates and components. So be on our call for entries. Every year we have a contest within the festival called Migrant Voices Today. And the Migrant Voices Today is a film challenge where we accept entries this year from all over the world regarding how this COVID crisis has affected immigration. So entries for that are open until early February. We'll be reviewing those entries as well. And up to $6,000 in prizes are programs for this contest. We have our media kickoff party coming up as well. And of course, the festival, March 11th through the 21st of 2021. Let me put a slide on screen for a moment that has these dates and our deadlines so that you can see these. Once again, the deadline for the Migrant Voices Today contest is February 12th, 2021. The media kickoff party is February 25th, 2021. And our festival is March 11th through the 21st, 2021. Once again, it will be a hybrid festival, virtual, drive-in, and if regulations allow, in person. For more updates regarding passes, films, locations, etc., we're going to be updating our website, sdlatinofilm.com, very, very regularly. All of these winners will also, or all these finalists will also be posted to the website. And they'll be available on Facebook as well. So you can reference them at any time. And if you want to see them up close in person, like I said, starting February 1st, we're going to have them on display at Border X Brewery in Barrio Logan. So you can stop by, have a beer, look at the beautiful, beautiful finalists, and support a local business. Okay, let's move on to the business at hand. We're going to do a raffle. So I'm going to reintroduce Ethan, who I think has all the names in a basket or hat. And I'll also introduce Juan so we can celebrate as a team.
Here we go. We have everybody in the basket. We have 3 winners. We'll start with the third prize, which is a 7-movie ticket pack. So all these prizes are amazing. We have a 7-movie ticket pack, a weekend pass, which is new, and a festival pass for the grand prize. So
so if you're tuning in still, you can message us your email, or we'll look for you on Facebook and connect with you that way. All right, sorry, Ethan, go ahead.
Here we go. The third prize winner is, I'm not looking.
You can't pick yourself.
Let's see. Elisa Manzano. Elisa, I saw you commenting. Send us your email.
Congrats. If you don't send us your email, we'll reach out to you via Facebook. Congratulations.
Elisa, you won a 7-movie ticket pack. Okay. Second place winner, which is a new weekend pass. Something new we're doing this year. Chayla Ram Jones. I saw you commenting earlier on. Send us your email. You won a weekend pass. Get to see movies for a whole weekend. And now the grand prize winner, Festival Pass, All Access Festival Pass, drive-in movies, you name it, is Enrique Amud. Enrique Amud, Festival Pass winner.
That gives you access to all of our films. That's such a great, amazing price. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thank you guys. Thank you everybody.
For watching our stream. Like I said, the festival is from March 11th through the 21st, 2021. Juan, do you have anything else to add?
No. It's very, very exciting to for everybody who won. It's awesome that we have more than just one winner. We had 4 today. So congrats, and I hope you guys enjoy the films. And thank you so much for everybody logging in, and thank you to our awesome finalists for sending in their work.
Yeah, it's been an amazing night, and I'm so happy to be able to celebrate these talented artists, and it's been great reconnecting with everyone via this platform, via Facebook and YouTube. So it's been a great evening.
Thank you, guys.
That's it. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna throw the winner on screen once again, and then you'll hear some outro music as well. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.